Welcome, Hogs Vlogs followers. How you going? I hope you're enjoying the IPL. The first week has been sensational. Now, there's a couple of performances that have caught my eye. I'm going to analyse that to try and help your game as well. So I'll give you a few tips. And at the back end, there's something about Dhoni, but is it the real Dhoni that I'm talking about? So there's an interesting stat there. Firstly, I want to thank all the curators up there in Mumbai or over there in Mumbai. You have produced good quality wickets that are providing even contests. Fast bowlers are getting good value up front with the new ball. Spinners are getting turn and bounce, and batsmen are getting good quality for their shots with the ball coming on. So, great stuff by the curators there, helping produce good quality cricket in this T20 tournament. Now, Paddy, he's the first one off the cap that I want to talk about. Last year against RCB, I was worried about him with the short ball. He's gone away, worked on it. Bowlers are going to attack him in at his body with that short ball. You had Malik bowling 150. Bhuvneshwar on song. And even Natarajan attacking him with the short ball. But if they got it wrong and it was under the chest area, bang, he put it away. But if it was above the chest area, he was ducking and weaving and not letting the bowler get on top of him because he knows he can't play that shot well and knows that bowlers have only got one short ball up their sleeve with the head region that they can bowl. So what he's done is said, right, this is my weakness, but I'm comfortable to play around this area, but I'm not comfortable to play here. And I know they can only bowl one there, so don't play the shot, but make sure I capitalise on the other lengths that they bowl. So well done to Paddy. And Rana from Kolkata Knight Riders, you can learn from the way that Paddy has approached playing the short ball. Well done. Now, Sanju Samson, we know that he's good with the bat. Absolutely loved his performance the other night. I don't know why he's not playing a lot more from India, but that's just the talent that India have got out at the moment. They can't fit him in that T20 team. But I want to talk about his keeping here. Sometimes as a keeper, you've got to take a little bit of a risk because you want to cover a lot of area in the field. So Rajasthan Royals, instead of going with two slips, they had one slip in this particular photo here. And the slip was more of a second slip. Sanju Samson has pushed him wide, backing himself to cover that gap that a normal first slip would have. So little Nick went past. He's dived to his right. He's got a mid on it, but he hasn't quite got it, but it's bubbled up. First slip was alert, where he's sitting in second slip, and was able to catch the fumble of Sanju Samson. Now, next time, Sanju Samson is going to take a classic catch in that area. Now, this is good insight on what you should do at T20 cricket. Push that first slip a little wider and make sure as a keeper you're working on covering more ground, because what you're doing is adding more value to your team, more pressure to the opposition, and you can have an attacking or a more attacking a field with a defensive field as well by only having one wide slip and having a player clogging up in an area where you're making the batsman play a little bit more aggressively to bring that slip in play. So well done to Sanju Samson there. Now, there was a contest that I really enjoyed last night as well. That was Natarajan against Hetmeyer and Parag in the 18th over and the 20th over. Now, the 18th over, Natarajan went for 18 off that over. The thing here was that he was trying to execute the Yorker, and he delivered an exceptional over, but he was only off by an inch. Hetmeyer got a 6 by hitting the toe of the bat. Then he got a boundary by hitting the toe of the bat, so very unlucky to Natarajan. Parag got a boundary in that particular over as well. But what he did, he stuck to his guns in the second over that he bowled, or the final over of the innings, and he still bowled those Yorkers, and he executed them a little better. The first ball went for a boundary, but then he got the wicket of Hetmeyer with an absolute beauty. And then he got Parag out the final ball of that over. But he went for 8 off that last over, or 7 off that last over. One run was an LB leg by. But what the lesson is here is know your game plan. Understand that the batsman is going to have a little bit of luck. But if you're in that right area and the batsman's on top of you, it's not your fault. The batsman's just having a good day. Still back your skills. Don't look at the end result of the delivery. Just think what you have to deliver. Go in, enjoy the contest, and deliver it. And that's what Natarajan did there. So it's all about keeping yourself calm. Now, before we get to Dhoni, there's a couple of other performances that I'd like to bring up. Kuldeep Yadav, left arm, leg spin. Got to bring him up. He's coming over the top a lot more and a little bit more aggressively. His arm is not coming across the body as much. It's still coming across the body, but not quite as much. He's getting more drop and dip on the ball, and that's causing a few issues with the batsman out the other end. But the big thing that's causing issues with the batsman is he's got more zip on his wrong. He doesn't turn his leg spinner that much, but the more zip on the wrong is creating difficulty for the batsman to read him, and that's why he got 3 wickets against Mumbai Indians the other night. So well done to Kuldeep Yadav. Resilience. You get dropped. You're out in the wilderness for a couple of years, but you still have that courage to stick to your guns, work hard, and come back. So never give up is the lesson there with Kuldeep Yadav. Malik from Sunrisers Hyderabad, sheer pace. I'm scared for batsmen out there. Talent to look forward to moving forward. He was a little bit erratic against the Rajasthan Royals, but one thing, when he got it right, he was dynamite and he was prepared to bowl the short pitch delivery. So for me, moving forward, he's got to attack that good length because batsmen are finding it hard to hit off that length. Still go with the bouncer, but when you go for the bouncer, you're going for the head. You're not going for the chest. And every now and then you can go forward with the Yorker, but that's when you've applied a lot of pressure. Your role is to apply pressure, trying to get the batsman hit off that length. Asdeep Singh from Punjab Kings. He's my favourite. He's the bee's knees. The way that he moves the ball both ways, and he in the power play overs, and the way that he's improving in the death overs. He's only young. He's got a bit more extra pace than what he did last year, but he's still got that control. He is going to be a big gun for India in the future, and I'm expecting him to be in the top 10 wicket takers at the end of the year. Right, Dhoni. Dhoni's innings against for CSK the other night under extreme pressure was unbelievable. He took his time, and then out the back end, he dominated and got his run rate back up. But it's not Dhoni I want to talk about. Well, it's Dhoni I want to talk about, but Bud Dhoni from Lucknow watched the big wig Dhoni and sort of followed his footsteps. So I've got my notes down here, and I don't like looking at the notes, but both their innings, under pressure out the back end in the final stages of an innings when their team was on the back foot. But Dhoni at one stage had 13 runs off 22 deliveries. Don't normally get that. And then they finished off their innings with a strike rate of 131 apiece. Both of them making 50s. Dhoni 50 off 38 balls, and Badoni 54 off 41 balls. So, youngster learning from the experienced player and doing the job for luck now. Now, Badoni, I'm looking forward to seeing him moving forward. When he's under a little bit more pressure, where he comes out in that the final 4 overs, can he take on the bowling from ball one? That will be the question mark for me. But he looked like a fine talent the other day as well. And there was another talent that sort of has lost a bit of form over the last couple of years, but has seemed to have found it again, and that's Virat Kohli as well. I think Virat Kohli's in for a big year this year. Anyway, I hope you like my analysis, and I hope it's helped your game and your life as well with a few little lessons that we can learn from cricket there. But this is the type of analysis that I want to do. Get down and give your comments downstairs. Who has caught your eye so early on in this tournament as well? And midway through this tournament, we're going to look at the strengths and weaknesses of the team going into the last month. I wanted to do that after the first week, but I thought we'll wait for the first month. Let's get more exciting stuff out there. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let's keep enjoying the IPL.